streaming live on YouTube.
The Department of Gender and Social Protection has established Community Parent Network Advocacy Group to help deal with the surge in teenage pregnancies in the Central Region. The region recorded more than 10,000 teenage pregnancy cases, placing third in the national statistics of adolescent pregnancies. The establishment of the Community Parent Network Advocacy Group is to galvanize the support of parents and community folk to help fight the menace. Central Regional Director of the Department of Gender and Social Protection, Mama Awuchu Ajagba II, known in private life as Rich Love Amamu, spells out the interventions that have been put in place to deal with the issue of teenage pregnancy.
COPNAG was established when there was after a research done by a child protection baseline in the Central Region by UNICEF and Department of Gender. They realized parental neglect is very high in the Central Region. They realize single parenting is also very high in the Central Region. So we thought of it, the department thought of it and said, no, we have to do something about it. We know when children are being neglected, it results into so many things. So the department decided to establish these groups in the various communities in the Central Region. That is called COPNAG, the Community Parent Network Advocacy. We think there is a need for parents to be empowered with this knowledge so that they can also help their children in their various communities and the members of the communities. Since I took over, I was able to visit about 15 communities in the Central Region in my first quarter activities. Well, going around the communities, I've also realized cohabitation is very high. And why cohabitation? It's because children are being neglected. They take care of themselves. So when they get pregnant, they move in to live with the men that impregnated them. And also some parents themselves push the children out of home to go and live with the men simply because they think they don't have the money to take care of them. So that is why they do that. A lot of these things are affecting the girl child. They are dropping out of school. A lot of girls are out of school because of parental neglect. Recent findings, we've realized that Central Region is third on the list. The regional breakdown for adolescent pregnancy, Central Region is third on the list. And if we are third on the list, meaning adolescent pregnancy is very high here. We have recorded over 10,000, about 10,301 cases of adolescent pregnancy, which is a bad news for the region. It is our mandate to protect every child. It is our mandate to protect women and girls. It is our mandate to make sure we reduce adolescent pregnancy or control it in the Central Region. We have decided to train community parents or opinion leaders with the Men and Boys Advocacy Club. We also educate boys because saying it's only why the girls, always the girls, but we don't involve boys. But Department of Gender is at all areas. We are also educating the boys, sensitizing them on some of these issues because they are also ignorant of the law. When there is maybe defilement or rape, the boys are always the culprits or the men, and always the girls are the victims or the women. So we think we have to work on the men and boys as well. That is why we have established these clubs in the various communities as well. That is the MBAC, Men and Boys Advocacy Club. We have that as well. I've also visited about 10 communities that have men and boys. We are still working on this issue by going to the radio stations. We go to the radio stations. The last time we were at Abra Market, I've been to Koto Cramble Market to educate adolescent girls hawkers. I went there to sensitize these girls. I went to Ahumakobwa. What the girls said, they said they are into early sex because of parental neglect. Parents are not ready to provide their basic needs. Based on that, the children are into early sex. And also, Christians don't want to accept the fact that their children are also involved in early sex, so that they can educate their children. They also think because they are always in the church, their children are holy. They don't do that. They don't involve themselves in early sex. And we are also telling parents to be careful about that, because these children are also involved in unsafe abortion, because their parents have so much confidence in them. Don't believe their parents will never accept the fact that they are into early sex. They make sure they abort it through safe means. So these are also issues affecting the region, and we are working on it. The regional minister is so passionate about girl child education. She's also helping in her own way. But this whole program is sponsored by UNFPA, organized by the Department of Gender under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. I am ready to work with the traditional authorities so that they can support to achieve our goal. We want to achieve something. By the end of this year, we want this thing to reduce dramatically.
Regional Director of the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Theophilus Tetetuo, says they are putting in place strategies for victims of defilement and rape to speak for justice to be served.
Statistics show that cases that are received at church, social welfare, DOPS, family tribunal, majority are child neglect or non-maintenance of children. And this has forced most of our ladies into having sex with men, some as low as 1 city, when we mention the children. After some time, we realize that pressure is also coming from their parents because they are not taking care of them. So gender introduced parents. We realize that it's the boys or the men who are impregnating them. So you must also bring them. We realize the parents alone were not able to take care of the children. We realize that it's very instrumental when it comes to family issues. Whether it's a festival or funeral, champagne has a large audience. So you also the response people are becoming aware, some of the children are becoming ambassadors. The children go to the school and they now so now it's like we have a mandate to some with Department of Children and Social Welfare. We are pushing forward, and we in our own way we also go to the schools to educate them about their rights and responsibility as well. We also teach them about sexual offences. We teach them how to report. For instance, if it's happening in their homes, let's say step brothers or stepsisters are doing to them, we tell that they should report to their parents. If the parents that are abusing them, to report to the teachers. If the teachers are the ones doing it, to report to the head teacher. If the head teacher is not pushing them to go to the police. And this strategy is helping. So it's letting the children now come out to speak. For the last 2 years, it was rampant in the same area. So we quickly elected the strategy director, and we should also find a way to engage them there. Then by educating them, one, we empower the people now victims, but to be able to report. This is before we get include other communities that have been captured. Definitely